Yo, fam, we back. We back in the lab. We's in the lab. We's in the lab. Oh, let y'all know this is gonna be the last. Oh, next week and this week gonna be the last shows that are inside the lab. The last week of this year right here, Coach Sam Carter and I are on the streets of Savannah. We are running around doing some stuff. So that show is a show we already taped. You're gonna see that. That's for Kwanzaa. And so Coach Sam Carter and I. Keisha Gibson Carter, our older woman, is there also, and she tried to hide because she said, I can't be like you and Sam, Jamal, because y'all are all crazy. I can't act a fool like y'all. So, but she's there. I bust her out. So again, but this is one of the last shows that's going to be inside the lab. And this is a special show. And oh, y'all know, all our shows are special shows because guess what? I got my family in here. I got my family up there. Bam, bam, bam. Whoop, whoop. We got Jasmine in the house, Jasmine Mathis, bam, Jazz the Great, Jazz the Turtle Girl, bam, right here. Then guess what? We got Lakin. Oh, some of y'all already know Lakin. Y'all done seen Lakin with me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the same way, the same foolishness. But this is a special show. All the shows special. And we got two people that are bam, that's doing the thing right now, changing the world, changing people's lives. And so that's why the theme of this show right here, Dedicated December. And what is it all about? It is, again, 22, new you, spiritual enlightenment, and personal peace, because that's something that we need. Now, I got to say this to Jasmine and also to Lakin. Yo, it's some things we do. It's some things we do on Run Tell That because we keep it real. Oh, rewind. I got to let y'all know something about Jasmine. See, Jasmine, I got an issue. Jasmine, I got issue. Let y'all know this. We wanted to get Jasmine on the show back in September, but that ain't the issue. But again, we glad to have her right now. We got Jasmine, I got an issue. Now, some of y'all know me, and me and Jasmine had a conversation. I bring up some of my stuff, my conversation. Now, Jasmine, she and I had a conversation. And you know, those you know me, you know that I'm born July 26th. I'm one of the rare cats. I'm a Leo, baby. The July Leos are the rare cats. And so what I had to share with Jasmine tried to tell me, no, Jamal, you can't be doing that just looking at just one aspect of who you are. You got to look at all of the houses. Yo, I got a problem with that. I told Jasmine I got a problem. Leos, for a fact, Leos, only concerned about Leos. We ain't concerned about nothing else better. It's just about Leos. So that's one issue with Jasmine. So now here go the second issue. I try to tell Jasmine this. I try to tell her this. But she tried to doubt me. She tried to correct me. Try to be like Lakin, try to correct us some stuff. So I had said, you know, people talking about this is Sagittarius season, Capricorn season, Aquarius season, Aries season. I told her, none of that really matters because all seasons are Leo season. All seasons are Leo seasons. It's just like you got a house. And so in the house, it's our house. It's the Leo house. But guess what? We let y'all have a room in the house. So that don't mean it's your house. It's our house always. So I let y'all know. I don't put it out there. I got it on my chest. Woo, Lord. I can now sit here and relax. So Jasmine tried to correct me, talking about she act like she ain't never knew that. So I had to let her know that. So now we're gonna move in this right now into the question I always start to post this. Who come on first? I run tell that. Who are you? So Jasmine, who are you?
I'm Jasmine. I'm just a beautiful soul that's here to uplift the collective. I love going outside. I love being in nature. I just love living life.
All right, cool. And trying to correct these Leos. And Leos, we don't play that. Now, even though y'all, some of y'all know Lakin, so I'm gonna say, Lakin, who are you?
Well, for those who don't know me, I am Lakin Hackworth. I am a Taurus. Okay. And like she says, I'm just one person trying to make a change in this world. And don't come at me crazy because I will beat you up. That's me.
Yeah. And that's why I had to look at my face like that. Like I want to say, you ain't had to bring up that Taurus stuff. You heard me just go to the you heard me go
Gang.
to, but that's
Taurus
it. You
gang.
just had to,
Gang, 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 gang.
you just had to go there. So now we're gonna do the thing and see. That's why I say some people who don't understand our culture, understand who we are. This next question right here. This is how we do. We say, who your people? So Lakin, who your people?
Oh, well, baby, I was born and raised in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I am Creole Cajun, straight from the root. Those are my people. I love my people. I love my state. I may be mixed with some other stuff. I don't know because if you see these eyes, they chinky. I don't know. My mama might have slept with the milkman.
And I'm gonna let your mama know that, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Leave that alone
We
right
don't
now.
know. We
That,
don't
that
know.
that's that blackmail stuff. So that's that blackmail stuff. Now, the guy say, our sister came in extraordinary, Daniela, extraordinary times in the house, in gourmet lifestyle in the house, in gourmet. Now, I ain't got to necessarily do this with her because some of y'all already know her. Because I'm just gonna say this right here. Because she and I, we stand on the street corners in Savannah, 43rd and MLK, 43rd Montgomery Street, talking about empowerment and all that. Y'all have seen the videos. So, but we're gonna now roll on to Jazz, man. Jazz, who your people, Jazz?
Well, I was born and raised in Georgia, so my people is everywhere. My people in Savannah, my people in Atlanta, my people in Columbus, my people in Augusta. They just all around Georgia. So, but yeah, like she said, I don't know, maybe my mama ran off with the milkman too. We just gonna hold that one down.
Right.
I ain't got no problem with what y'all saying, but I'll let y'all know there'll be some blackmail coming up right now because I'll be using some of that. Get some things like that. Okay. And so we're gonna roll with this one right here. We're gonna roll with this right here. We're gonna roll, sis, extraordinary. We ain't forgetting you. I'm just trying to get them out the way with the God because I gotta get them initiated to how we do it. So I just gotta do this right here because I'll go chill anyway with you. But now here goes the deal. This is the other thing. Who inspires you? So, Jasmine, who inspires
Ooh, who inspires me? Honestly, I get inspired on a daily by everyone that I meet, that I come in contact with. So I would say that anyone who comes into my life with a good message, a good conversation, like something that just intrigues me, they inspire me. So I'm always inspired.
you? All right. Yes, indeed. So, Lakin, who inspires you?
I feel like Jasmine's taking all the good answers. Life inspires me. It's like kind of what she said. It's just like every day I wake up and I'm learning something new, or I find out something new, or I deal with someone new, and I'm just like in awe. Like, I don't know. Now that I've been having my spiritual awakening, I'm more sensitive to everything. And like this little boy on TikTok was 9 year old. He was 9 singing the national anthem at this football game. And I just bust out crying because I was just so inspired. And I was just like, oh my God, he's singing. At the So everybody inspires me, even people I don't like.
because there are lessons that can be gained from that. Again, not necessarily say the ones that we want to have, but there are lessons that come from that. So
Yeah.
now we're going to move into this last one before we get into the meat of all our conversation here. It is what song? What is your favorite song? That song that give you that song that you hear it, it's like no matter what's going on, it give you. And so we're gonna go to my sister Extraordinary because you always can come with some other ones too. You even though you done been on the show twice, you can come with another one. So what song give you that? What song inspires you?
Ooh, peace, brother Jamal, and peace, all of you beautiful queens. I'm happy to be on here with you, Jasmine and Lakan. Lakin, beautiful names.
Thank you.
Music inspires me deeply, but right now the vibe that I am on is a sister named Toni Jones. She has an affirmation album, and her stuff.
Energy budget, yeah.
Budget. Energy budget. Yes. Dot exclamation period. Yes, energy budget. So yes, brother Jamal, if you're not up on game, you need to get up on game after this call.
That's budget is like I listen to that song when I wake up and right before I go to sleep every day. It's a must.
Yes. And look, I gotta drop one more in there. My daughter just showing me her phone, Black Parade by Beyonce. That was, I felt so inspired by that song. That's one of my, so. Yeah.
All right. So, Lakin, we're going to you. Lakin, what's your favorite song or songs? What song give you that?
Okay, so, I'm a little ghetto, but like I've been on the wave.
You from Louisiana. What you expect? You from Louisiana.
So,
you is my daughter, but you still from Louisiana. I'm just saying.
From the boot, baby. Toni Jones, Energy Budget. I was gonna say that, but the song that always just gets me going, regardless of wherever I'm at, and God, you know my heart, is Back That Ass Up by
I mean, we don't sweat that. We keep it real. We keep it real.
And that song, if I hear that song, like if it comes on the radio, like I just light up. I just be like,
wait, what song? I missed it. I didn't hear you.
Back That Ass Up by Juvenile.
It's a Louisiana thing. It's a Louisiana thing. It's a NOLA thing.
It's not just a NOLA. It's not. It's a Black DNA thing. I don't care who you
like,
are.
It's just like as soon as I hear it,
when you hear it, it's just like, everybody lose their mind.
That's it.
It happened the other day. I tested the theory. I was like, nah, I'm older now.
Nah, so to moving. They still. So yeah, that's it right there. That has me in a chokehold. That's me in a chokehold.
Hey, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So yeah. Jasmine, I'm gonna ask you to do this. Can you move to your right?
Is that better?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because they got our image up kind of large, and the image is like kind of blocking you. I'll tell that image, so I want to make sure that people see you, so then that way now you can hear them. What's your favorite songs or songs? That song to give you that, make you like.
I have so many songs. I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of ghetto too, so I'll just say my sap song. I love Erykah Badu, Next Lifetime. That's my, even though like it's about, I just love that song. And the next song, I'm gonna say Lil Baby, Get Money. That's my song right there. Get money.
Here for it.
Okay, and that's it.
Up here.
So now that we heard that, now back that ass up, get money. I heard all that, And we're gonna move on to that next lifetime. So a question I gotta throw out there, because we're gonna get into some things, and I want people, those you, I gotta say, share, share, share. All of you who are checking us out, or run, tell that again to the family. Again, we acknowledge all of you. We're gonna say this right here: share, share, share. But this is what I want to get out in the open right now. So I ask this question: do you believe or subscribe to a higher power, to a whatever name you use for that creative force? And so I throw it out there to Jasmine. Do you subscribe to a higher power?
Yes, baby, that higher power is God. Okay, that's just what it is.
All right. And so, Lakin, do you subscribe to you believe in a higher power?
Yes. I believe there is. I believe there's a higher power. I believe there is a God, and I do believe there is the Holy Spirit, which I do believe God is a spirit that lives within all of us. God is within us. I don't believe in a sense of where people be like, where like he just sits up here and looks down on us. I believe like he lives within us, because like we're born knowing some things that are right and what's wrong. So God is within me.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so Daniela, you subscribe to a higher power,
All day, every day. Yeah.
All right, all right. So, and why I bring that up, because again, some of the conversations we're about to have now, that some people tend to think that some of us don't subscribe or understand some things, and that for some of us, we've been on this sojourn for a long time. And just to share this, some of y'all in the Run Tell That family, y'all were at the in the violence rally that we did, that I had MC. And so a brother came up to me, and brother, he thought I was videotaping, and the brother began to talk. I was really trying to take a picture of he and I, and the brother said he is the one that set me on the path on my spiritual journey. He set me on the path to understand about the natural way and about spirituality. And so I'm like, the brother saying this to me, I'm like saying, yo, he talking about when I was 18, 19 years old. And he's not bringing stuff up when we're 18, 19 years old. And that's why I tell folks, I said, now some people might go and say, Jamal don't believe this, Jamal don't believe that. But here go other people who have been touched and understand that power. And so just like what Lakin was saying, that power is within us, we have that within us. When Jasmine saying that again, it's there with us, it's always with us. And some of us are afraid, some of us are afraid. And so that's why we're going to move into this right here. I got to ask this question. Why must we tap the power within? Why must we tap the power within us? And Jasmine, why must we tap the power within?
And it's important to recognize your God-like energy within you, because if not, you're going to be lost in life. And when you go through situations, it's going to appear like life is so hard or life is unfair. Like you're going to be in confusion if you don't recognize that God is within you. If you don't recognize that force at all, you're gonna have a lot of questions.
Okay. Sister Daniela, why must we tap the power within?
I believe we must tap into and trust the power within, because if you allow external factors to dictate your life and your well-being, you'll constantly be looking outside of yourself, and you will lose yourself doing that, because you won't be able to identify the God in you, because you're so inundated and so just dogmatized by believing that God is outside of you. When you believe that God is inside of you, you are able to see the God in other people as well. So it's a reciprocal kind of, energy. If I understand that there's a God within me, then I am God, God is within me, then I tap into the power that's within me, because just as the Almighty, the Creator, is able to create all these masterpieces and wonderment, we are able to do the exact same thing when we tap into our true power ourselves, by understanding that we have God within us. God is not lying outside of us, and we have to go seek so much outside of ourselves. It's right here within us. We have been blessed with everything, and we have been innately blessed with everything we need right here inside of us.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, Lakin, why must we tap the power within?
They took the words right out of my mouth. Because if you don't, like, what was stated. You just get lost. I mean, I was lost. I got out of college and just didn't understand why I didn't get the career job that I wanted. Why was I still living at home with my mama? Like, it was just all these questions that I was asking until, like, I had to be open and vulnerable, which being open and vulnerable, I had to, like, sit there and only talk to God to figure out what was going on. And once I did that, when I tapped into, like, I'm putting all these stipulations and requirements on myself that God didn't even put on me. I'm over here making an agenda that he never even signed off on. I'm over here like, I got to be moved out by 22, and I better have my apartment by 24, and I better be in a Benz by 27. And then it's just like, wealthy people, like, why do they commit suicide and they got everything you think they should have? They got millions of dollars. They could go wherever they want, do whatever they want, talk to whoever they want, and then they commit suicide. It's just because they're still searching for something that was always in them. They just never figured out it was in them. They always thought it was outside of them. So if you don't get within, you'll never be right, and then you'll never be whole. And then when you're not whole, you're just miserable because you're always just trying to figure out, oh, how, like, you're trying to self-fix, but you can't because you're taking everything outside trying to fix what just needs to be fixed within.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So now, and we're moving this right here. Why do you think that some people are afraid to tap the power within? So, Lakin, we'll start with you. Why do you think some people are afraid to tap the power within them?
Because first off, it's scary
Mm.
to know the power that you hold. And you're taught from a very young age that, I don't want to say you're taught, but it's almost like you pick up that the power that you have is not real. It's not important. You wake up, you go to school, you go, like, you're put into a system, and you're not taught to create boundaries. You're not taught to speak to yourself nicely. You're not taught these things that make you a peaceful whole person. So when you realize that I can have boundaries, I can have whatever I want, I could be at peace with having just what I need or whatever like that, and then you have to be open and vulnerable. And being open and vulnerable is very scary. It is a very touchy thing because, like me, I don't like talking about feelings. What we talk about feelings for? Let's talk about facts. But that comes from things that happened in my childhood that I let my ego protect me from life. So next thing you know, when life keep jump punch you straight in your gut and you're trying to figure out, like, what the hell? You realize, like, you have built a facade of a representative of yourself, and your true self is trying to come out. And to be your true self, you have to be able to say, I'm hurting, I'm in pain, this bothered me, I can't, or something like that. And that is scary because you're living in a society now that you hide behind a social media account where on media, on the HBIC, but living outside, they walking around looking like who did it and why, because you're living this double-sided life. But when you start living your authentic life, your authentic self, the way life flows is just, ooh, it's peaceful. Nobody could touch you, bother you, say nothing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And that's what it's about. And so, Jasmine, come to you and ask you, why are some people afraid of their personal power? Why are some people afraid of their personal power?
I feel like I agree with everything that you said from the start to the finish. And I also feel like people don't want to take accountability for themselves. We always want to, I feel like that people kind of get so used to someone else telling them what they need to know, what they need to do, that when they realize they have the power to do it for themselves, they'll rather not do it. They just rather not take the charge of their own life and their own habits. So I feel like accountability plays a major part.
Yes, indeed. Some of us, we give up our responsibility. We want somebody else, and that's it. And yes, indeed. So, Sister Daniela, so why are some of us afraid to tap the power within us, our personal power? Why are some of us afraid of that? And your thoughts, your perspective.
I think it's quite a few things. I think Sister Lakin touched on the fear factor is definitely one of them. I think people are just not ready. You know, a lot of people are lazy. They are content with a mediocre existence. They don't understand the layers to ascending to your highest self, and because you don't understand that, you don't want to really do the work. So and it's not a diss to anybody, because we all struggle with, you know, getting to our higher self, but a lot of people are just not ready. A lot of times people are shunned for having certain gifts. If you have the gifts of foresight, or the gift of speaking to the ancestors, or you know, speaking to, you got gifts. You're told, oh, that's witchcraft, oh, that's the devil's work, or this, that, and the third. So you're shunned. So you do away with the gifts because you're afraid of them, and then you lose the gifts. And then when you wake up and you realize, then it's harder to tap into that gift. So that's another issue. And just the multiplicity of layers that we all deal with as individuals, a lot of times it impairs us from understanding the pretense of becoming our highest self. And so we're just not willing to peel the onion back. We don't want to deal with our stuff.
And, and folks know what I talk about. I say that, especially people do our journeys, and I say when they come apart, or they come around me, and I'm giving them that information. I say that we're the reverse, and we add layers to who we are. We add the layers to our family and strengthen us. And so what you all were sharing is correct. And I had to throw something out there that, and Sister Danielle, you say some of us are afraid, like can say we're afraid, and then some of us not realizing that, or sometimes what they're going to do, they trivialize the power or the vision of the abilities that you do have. They turn into a joke. Like some people know that they see Jamal as the African spirit. They see the African spirit. So for some of them, they think the African spirit is a storyteller. But here go Queen and others like, no, the African spirit is the J-Lay. The African spirit is telling us. The African spirit is not bringing it from the Most High, from the ancestors, and giving it to us. But some people, all their minds can do is that they can't even conceptualize. For them, it's just about storytelling. I'm like, no. And then I had this brother go and say, we're in a meeting down in Liberty County. And the brother said, I just came from Sierra Leone. And the brother said, I was in the market in Sierra Leone. And I saw people like Jamal walking around. And so I'm sitting there looking at him like, and I understand, like, yeah. But see, some of the other people, because they have their degrees, they have their titles. And I'm looking at them like, yeah, fools, y'all don't even understand what I've been doing. I've been bringing Africa to you all. You all now have Africa with you right now. That you see Jamal, and you just trivialize it, but not understand it. But then you have some elders and some other people, elders and young people, then say, wait a minute, that's some communication. And my godparents used to say, he's possessed. And then some people, when they hear possession, it is some spooky stuff right now. It is some stuff. It is some evil stuff. That's why I threw out in the beginning, like I said, the people like Reverend Betty Jones, glad to have you with us tonight. Again, always try to tell that. But for some people, let them understand, listen here, we understand the Most High. We understand the connection to the Most High. We understand how the Most High is coming through us and challenging us, and now give you all some insight. And so that's why now we want to move on to this realm with regards to a conversation topic for you all. And that is, what are the gifts that we have? What are the gifts that we have that sometimes some of us ignore? What are some of the gifts that we have, each one of us, that we sometimes go and ignore? And so, Jasmine, go with you first. What are some of the gifts that we have? Just your thoughts and your perspectives on that. That sometimes, that's a little separate part, that sometimes we ignore.
Okay, that's a good question. The gifts that I feel like we have, that we all have, of course, we all are blessed to have the Holy Spirit with us in our intuition at all times. And of course, that is a small, faint voice that all of us just feel like we are not capable of hearing or we ignore. But besides that, we have gifts of happiness, we have gifts of peace, we have gifts of love that we all have access to at any given time. And that's something that we don't see as a gift, because like in the world, we're always searching for happiness in this place or in this job, in this person, love in this person. And we don't realize that we have all of those things inside of us to share with other people or to give ourselves when we feel lack. So those are the most beautiful gifts, I feel.
All right. Powerful, powerful, powerful words. And Sister Sharon and Brother Amara, glad to have you all also. We tell everybody share, 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 share. Because we say run, tell it. Y'all know how we do in our community. When we know something is good or something, we down with that, we like, go run, tell that. Run, tell that. So now, my sister Daniela, what, again, we go the same thing. What are some of the gifts? What are some of the abilities that we have that, you know, we all have, but sometimes some of us shy away from it. But again, you know, what are the gifts that we have?
One of the gifts we have is the gift and the power to manifest, and it's a trendy thing that manifest, but people sometimes don't know what the hell they're talking about, because manifested this entire universe, right? God is also both male and female qualities. You know, the essence of God is both female and male, so we have the power to manifest, create, just as God. He is the, you know, the greatest evidence is everything around us that lives and breathes and has a purpose, because everything is divinely created and orchestrated in the universe and God. So we have the gift and the power to manifest when we have supreme focus and we understand our power. When we understand that God is within, we're unstoppable. So I think the power to manifest is one of those things. I also think we have the power, the gift of inspiration. And inspiration comes in many forms, like, you know, being just walking in your gifts and your purpose and understanding who you are. You are an inspiration to other people. You are inspiring other people to peel off them layers and get to their true self, because you're walking in your truth. When I see Brother Jamal, he's walking in his truth. When I see Sister Queen Quet, she's walking in her truth. And these people are so powerful and unstoppable that when they come together, it's just a combustion of energy and power. And it's an example to all of us that when you tap into your gifts and you're not confused, you're not looking outside of yourself for what God is and who God is, you're unstoppable. So the gift of inspiration and gift of manifestation, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. Another powerful, powerful point. And so to Brother Amara, yes, we can be spiritual and cuss. We can cuss. Yes. If you know me, you know we can cuss. So that ain't no see that for some people that's like they try to make that a detraction. That ain't no detraction for us. Listen here, it's all part of connection. So now we go to Lakin. Lakin, same question. What are some of the powers or the abilities that we have that some of us choose not to, or some of us choose to ignore, and that we don't let fully manifest itself?
One gift I learned that I have, and I feel like everybody has, and I know they have, is the gift of choice. I just feel like we all have a choice in this life. We all have the same 24 hours, and what we do with it is what we do with it. And it's all about the choices you make. I wake up every day and I choose to be happy. I wake up every day and choose to be full of energy. Like, I wake up choosing that this is how my day is going to go. Even if something goes wrong, I will choose to say, okay, this did not go how I planned, but what can I take from this experience to keep my day going the way that I would like it to go? Because I used to be the type of person, I'll wake up happy and then let somebody cut me off at Chick-fil-A. I'm cussing. I'm ready to ransack the back of their vehicle. But instead of doing that, I will say, you know what? Well, I don't know what type of day they're having, but my day is going. I'm going to choose to stay happy. So let me just focus on, I'm going to get my Chick-fil-A, whatever. And that's a very powerful gift, because I feel like people give up that power that they have the choice to be happy. Just because somebody cussed you out, you ain't got to go back at them and cuss them out, or you don't have to pick up that offense. I got that from Michael Todd. Like, you know, you choose to pick up offenses. You don't have to pick it up. If, like, I'm just the type of person now, like, you can say whatever, and I just look at you and be like, well, if that's how you feel, that's just how you feel. What you want me to do about it? Because I'm not choosing to be in a rut like you. That's how you get your power taken from you. So, you know, choose. You have a gift of choice. Always choose to be whatever you want to be. Because you could choose to be angry. So.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Brother Jamal, can I add something?
No, I was acting like I was frozen because Lake said something. She had said something. I'm gonna let you know if you deal with a Leo, you come at us, we can come back at you. I'm just saying. But that's why I had to stop. But yes, Sister Daniela, go ahead.
So I add just like two more things, and then I want to share an example, right? So
right.
we also have the gift of discernment, and sometimes it's very
I got to throw this out there. Excuse me, I got to throw it. And that's what we're going to get to. Dr. Tanya Howard Hall said that the gift of discernment. So again, you're right on track. Yes, ma'am.
Right. And also the gift of intention, being intentional. Intentionality is so pivotal. And I just wanted to share this example, and Lakin reminded me of this. So if you take Tabitha Brown, the sister is on fire. The sister is doing so many amazing things. She started as a social media influencer. She has a book. She just opened a restaurant. She's got a children's thing on YouTube. She's doing the dang on thing. She named her children Choice and Chance. That was intentionality at its finest. She has retired her husband, and her kids probably ain't got to work ever. Because she has done everything with intentionality, and that's just to know who she is. She has tapped into her powers and the God within.
Yes.
And that goes to the principles when we talk about, just like so much we're going to Kuji Chagalia, self-determination. Self-determination is all about self-definition. You define who you are. And when you define who you are, you manifest that. You walk that walk. Because when you take on a name, see, some of us don't understand the importance of names. When you name yourself so you be addressed accordingly. So that why I have no problem with no brother or sister who go and say, this is my name, this is who I am right here. This is how I want to be identified. Because they're not taking on this mantle and say, this is how I want the world to address me, and this is the walk that I'm making. And that is absolutely correct. And that we have, again, Sister Sharon talked about the gift to dream. Yes, some of us do have the vision, the ability to dream, to have vision, to have insight. That is right there. And some of us tend to like run away from that, not understanding that that's something that you should embrace. Also, with regards to the question was, can you be spiritual? Spirituality or being spiritual, is that divine? Yes, it is still, because I tell folks, we all have divine purposes in our life. We all have divine purposes, not a purpose, but purposes in our life, and it is divine. You have been put here for purposes. You're not here by accident. You're not here by happenstance. Each one of us that's here right now, we've been ordained to be here, and we have some power that we're supposed to not touch the lives of other people. And sometimes it's going to be people lives that we touch that we don't even know, that we not even talk to, but they might see something that you did that then inspires them, that they catapult us, take us to another level, take us to a higher level. And so again, and that's Reverend Betty Jones talked about, that's right. We don't let other people trouble our hearts. We don't let that happen. And so that's a good segue to this question right here. And again, yes, the gift of empathy. Yes, absolutely. Being able to be concerned about other people. That is, why do some of us choose to not have personal peace? Why do some of us choose not to have personal peace? Sister Danielle, we go throw that at you first. Why do some of us choose not to have personal peace?
Trauma. We have been traumatized, and we understand what it is because it has been normalized to be walking around in traumas and not dealing with our traumas. So some of us don't even know what peace is. We don't have a clue of what peace is. So if you don't know what it is, how can you have it? Because that's a choice. I choose peace. I like to sleep at night. I like to feel good, and I like to attract things to me that are for my good and my highest good and those around me. So peace is my way. It's my way of life. But there are those of us of the diaspora, because of not just our personal traumas, but also our historical traumas.
That's right.
Yes. Been a lot of chaos that we have unfortunately inherited, but we have not been able to properly address. And that's why you see a lot of violence in the communities. Because if you're at peace, what in the heck gonna make you go out there and kill your brother or your sister?
That's right. That's right.
Take a child's life.
That's right.
You know, all the atrocious things that happen in our communities.
Yes.
So people shun peace because they have no peace and they don't know peace. And with those things, you don't know God. You have not found God in you. So you're on the right frequency. You're not on the right.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, Lakin, why do some of us shun peace? Why do some of us push peace away?
Well, she made a great example. I was just over here in awe. I feel like another reason people they disnormalize peace. It's like when you choose peace, you're scary. If you choose peace, you're not about that life. If you don't choose peace, it's like they have conformed peace into being something bad. If you don't showboat, if you don't bulk up your chains, or if you don't fit the first, they have just unnormalized peace. So that's why everybody walks around with this defense mechanism, because it's that if I'm not portraying this energy, or if I'm not portraying this facade, then there's something wrong with me. Where it's like actually being at true peace is like the best thing in the world, where there's nothing that can bother you, there's nothing that can knock you off your rocker, there's nothing that anybody can say, because true peace is being in present and being okay with yourself. So the thing is, you can't have peace when you're not okay with who you are. You're gonna interrupt everybody else's peace because you're not whole within yourself. So when you don't see somebody else whole, you got to go over there and fidget around and figure out why you not acting the way I'm acting, why you ain't moving the way I'm moving. And it's just like, child, I'm okay with what I'm doing. But like I said, it all stems back to, the choice, and then you have to have that spiritual awakening to understand what peace is, because people think peace is, I meditate, drink water, I get up, I exercise, namaste. No, that's not peace. Like, that is, you're so off from peace from that. Like, peace is here, is within, where you legit be homeless and be happy, and just, or no money in the bank, but just, so people got peace all confused. People think they had peace, but they really is a tornado of destruction, a walking tornado of destruction, honestly.
And when you're at peace, you treat people. When you're not at peace, you don't treat people right. You mistreat people.
You give them a lot of what TDJs call it, grace. When you at peace, you get a lot of people grace, because it's been a while. I felt I should fucking job, but I was like, you know what, I'm at peace. Whatever.
Because some people like the atmosphere of chaos. They love chaos. Some people, that's what all they know is chaos. And so then they want to spread that chaos. I tell them they want to spread that poison. And so, yes, and Reverend Betty Jones talked about some people like attention. And that's a part of that aspect with regards, again, causing the chaos because they're not securing themselves. And that's why I use people. I say, when you're securing yourself, some things you don't even sweat. Some people know they talk about, I say, I ain't sweating that. We ain't sweating that. And so that's what it's about. And so, Jasmine, we come to you, Jazz the Great. So why do some people, have an issue with peace, personal peace?
Personal peace. In our world, people are not taught peace, even as children. Children are taught to just hold their emotions in, or even cry without explanation, or without being taught how to direct their emotions in an intentional place and to process their emotions intentionally. So peace is something that I feel like is unfamiliar in our society. If you are going to learn peace, then you have to learn yourself. You have to learn God, because it's going back to your early stages of life and relearning how to deal with life. learning that it's not always, like your peace is disrupted when you choose to think about your future. Okay, you're thinking about the bills you got, or you're thinking about the classes you got to pass. You're thinking about all these things in the future. Yeah, those things matter, but at this moment, there's nothing that you can really do about it. So you can choose to stress about that. You can choose to allow it to bother you in that way, or you can choose to be at peace and say, okay, I know that this is my path. I trust where I'm going. I trust that the outcome is going to be aligned in my favor. That's choosing peace. But if you choose to be in your present state and you're always worrying about what happened in the past or what happened in the future, you're going to be out of alignment. So peace to me means being present.
Okay. Amen. Powerful. Yes.
And a lot of people peace because they're battling duality between the self that they have been taught to be and what society has told you to be, and you haven't identified who you are. Constantly in battle with yourself versus your ego or these other made up entities. And this is why a lot of major artists struggle and they go crazy and all of these things, because they are constantly battling not only a duality, but probably 3 or 4 different people within one person.
Yes.
Be at peace. And money is not the Band-Aid.
And so now I'm gonna let y'all know something. And Lil Jamal knows it. Lil Jamal be knowing stuff. Lil Jamal be knowing some things. And this is what I knew was gonna happen. The problem I knew was gonna happen, because we are the Little Brother Show, ATR. Again, we said everybody share this show right here. We got a lot of information, some other things I want to do next week with regard to the show on next week. Because again, our last live show that we'll have, because like I said, so I gotta say this, I'll put people on the spot right now. Are y'all able to come on the show next week? Next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Are y'all available to come on the show next week? I'm just asking.
I am.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So that's because we ain't gonna be able to get to everything. That's what happened. See, we ain't got no 2 hours and an hour and a half. So yeah. So I already know we got some stuff. So, and that's why, I had already said this myself. I said, I'm gonna have to get these sisters on, because I'm gonna let everybody. This is the show that I had wanted to have in September. Because that would have Jasmine, Carla, Daniela. And see, when I found some stuff about Lick, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a show we got to have. Because, see, this got to be a feature. Because y'all know me and Coach Sam Carter, we address some physical issues of physical health and wellness, and about community wellness also. And so what I said, Ron, tell that we're holistic. But I also said, when we had Sister Carla Daniela, I said, and that's why I didn't want to have Jasmine involved. I said, we got to deal with the spiritual, the inner health. We need that. And I said, that's a component we got to have right, tell that. And then what happened when I got some people down in Louisiana, they called me up, FaceTime me. I like, what the hell? And so then they were down there in Louisiana getting manifestation. It was Lakin. I said, oh my God, we got to have Lakin a part of this too. So that's why we're going to let y'all know. Folks who are checking us out, they're going to be back on. We're going to get in depth to some stuff. So now I got to throw it out there, because again, how can we obtain peace? So, Jasmine, how can we obtain peace?
How can we obtain peace? Whenever it's something bothering you on the inside or on the outside, just come back to yourself. Come back to yourself and choose which, like Lathan, I don't want to mispronounce her name, Lakin. Like Lakin said, you have the gift of choice. So choose if you want to be disrupted or if you want to be carried. Okay, disrupted or carried. That's what I tell myself.
Okay. And there was somebody who just tried to cause me some displease in my life. That was Antoine Lang. And then Lincoln right there. You saw Antoine come up there. Antoine, he just walked off. See again, trying to disrupt. Antoine Lang trying to disrupt my peace. Antoine Lang and Lincoln. I will not tell y'all the stories that I can tell you about them, but they did disrupt my peace several times. And I had to cuss. And that didn't change me from being spiritual. I had to cuss them out. Yes, that is Antoine. Yes, that is Antoine. Don't act like, is that Antoine a question? That is Antoine right there. Him and Lakin. But anyway, because again, I'm gonna bring my peace back. I'm gonna do what Jasmine said. Ooh. All right. This is Daniela. So what are the steps that people need to go about to secure and bring peace into their lives?
Number one, I would say, is really working on yourself to find out and recognize what is peace for you, because peace can look different from person to person. But ultimately, it's a state of balance and homeostasis within the body and outside of the body. You want your world to have a sense of wholeness and a sense of peace, void of chaos. So you
Mm,
need to know what
mm,
that looks like for you. So you need to understand what triggers you, what sets you off. And when
yeah.
you identify those things, to address them.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
I'm
Indeed.
the person I was 20 years ago was easily triggered by most things.
Mm,
Now that's roll off.
right. Hmm.
I
Yes.
don't have time. It doesn't contribute to my peace. So I have
Yes.
to let it. So recognizing what is peace for you as an individual, working on yourself consistently, and identifying what are your triggers that keep you from being in a place of peace, and making
Yes.
sure you keep the environment inspiring. I believe in having a nice environment definitely contributes to having peace. A space that is inspiring to hearing nature, seeing nature. I think peace, being in nature, brings about an abundance of peace. And if more of us would tap into nature, even if you walk outside barefoot, listening to the birds because they talk, you can get to a state of peace. So whatever works for you, find it. But recognizing what peace looks like for you, and making sure you stay in that place by any
Yes.
means necessary.
That's right. They say tranquility, and Brother Mars say your wisdom is great, sis. And so, Lakin, again, we go to how can people obtain peace?
Thank you.
The way I started to obtain peace was first I had a breakdown, and then I was open and honest with myself that I was not okay, that I was hurting. There was some childhood traumas that I needed to deal with, and then I decided to go to therapy to get help to unfold and unpackage all the things that I've been holding in and harboring on since childhood, because it's people don't understand the things that happen in our childhood is what make us who we are at this age. So I went through that process, and with that being said, I needed more help. Where I went to a psychiatrist because I'm like, I'm having these thoughts. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm not feeling well. I got on medicine, and then I started really tapping into okay, meditation, being at peace, just being still, listening to what my body is saying. And then I started listening to Michael Todd from Transformation Church on YouTube, and he was kind of like the first pastor I ever kind of related to where he was breaking things down for me to understand, because I'm Baptist and I'm going to this church where okay, yes, this pastor is preaching, but I don't understand what he's saying. Like I'm just like, okay, Galatians 10 and 2. I'm like, okay, but what are like, I don't, you telling me what I should do, but you're not telling me why. So you just saying like, it's just telling a kid, well, don't have sex. Okay, but why not have sex? What like what it is. And Michael Todd broke it down. There's such thing as called, soul ties. Your energy will be connected with this person forever. And once I started really tapping into that, and he helped me realize, okay, so my energy, my spirit is everywhere, and it can leave a mark any and everywhere. And then that's when I started realizing, okay, well, I want to be whole, I want to be at peace. And that's when I learned, okay, that comes with boundaries. I need to set boundaries not only with friends, but with family, with jobs, with myself. Um, then I learned about healing, and healing is not an overnight thing. It's not even an over a year thing. A healing is an ongoing process, because it's just like if your mom dies, you're never gonna be fully healed from that, because that you lost something, but you learn how to be at peace with where life is now and everything. So it's just like finding peace is an ongoing, because your peace can always be knocked off. We don't live in a spiritual world yet. We still live on a man-made type of level. So of course there's going to be worldly things that are happening to knock you off your rocker, but you have to choose peace. You have to choose the lifestyle of like, okay, this did affect me, but boom, let me reground myself. Let me go back to my roots and let me sit back, get it together. Let me reclaim my energy. Like people would make jokes like reclaiming my time, but it's true. Let me reclaim, let me take back any energy force that is taken from me that's not supposed to, and let me get back to this peaceful state. So, I mean, it ain't easy. I'm still working through kinks because it's still days I could have been in prison, but I woke up and chose peace. Legit, I woke up and chose peace because I could have woke up and chose violence.
Because I'm going to have to be there to help her out. Because I told her, some people let them know if they mess up with her, we taking them out. But this is the deal. As I say, my cousin Vanessa Taylor, Reverend Betty Jones, and she's happy that we do it the whole person. That's what we focus the whole person here on Run Tell That. And that Sister Vanessa said, y'all sisters are giving the real 411. Y'all giving the insight. That's why I knew, to all y'all Run Tell That, I knew I could not just have one show. And that's why we got to have another show to close out the year. For them now to help y'all have that new you, because this is about that new you. And so we're going to close out with this. There's a question that I must pose to Jasmine and to Lakin. Please get the answer right. I need you all to answer. What is the best high school in the United States? What is the best high school? Lakin, go first.
Well, the high school I wanted to graduate from was in Louisiana. I don't know. No, the high school I graduated from here is in Toledo, but it's not the best. The best college is Savannah State University.
Yeah, that's not it. The best college.
We want to go. Oh my God. I'm about to lose control of myself. I said that high school. That's why I said the high school. And automatic, I knew you going on the wrong track. I had vision. I had vision you going on the wrong track. But you talking about you talking about automatic. The wrong answer. So Jasmine, I hope you're gonna bring up the rear. You're gonna do the right thing. So Jasmine, what is the best high school in the United States? Jasmine, please. Jasmine, great, please.
Jamal, I'm going to say the high school I graduated from, Marion County High. But the best college is Savannah State, for sure.
The wrong answer. Herschel B. Jenkins High School. Everybody know that. Y'all see, I didn't go to Sister Daniela because she was going to say the wrong high school. That's why the two of y'all will come the right answer. Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I can't have peace. This is why. It's because of stuff like that. So, but guess what? We're going to give y'all 1 minute at least, because Julie's going to try to cut us off. Just 30 seconds. What an advice you want to give to somebody out there? We're going to see y'all next week also. 30 seconds. Sister Danielle, 30 seconds.
Work on you. Do you. Set your mind and your intentions to do the right thing. That's my advice.
All right. Jazz.
Move with love. Always choose love. Remember that whatever you send out is going to come back to you in some type of way, so you might as well send love.
All right, Lakin.
I will say this. It is not fair what has happened to you, but it is now your responsibility to figure out what you're going to do with it. So the choice is yours.
We were glad to have the sisters on Run Tell That. It was an excellent show. We'll again be honored to have y'all with us next week, and now we're going to some things to help these people with regard to having that new you. Myself, for me to be that new you. That is a better person to have the enlightenment. So again, we're honored to have all you sisters on the show. Much love, much respect for all of you. And to the Run Tell That family, share. We'll see y'all next week. And we'll be closing it out with the Kwanzaa program, special Kwanzaa program, Kansas Keisha and Run Tell That. Coach Sam Carter now and Keisha trying to hide. Hi.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Glad to have you all.
Yes.
How do I get...
See now, this is what I'm talking about. See now, Julius Hall, producer,